Hi folks, you're Tassless today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this audio live stream. In this essay, I'd like to talk about the insane amount of taxpayer money that we haven't just voted on this. No taxpayer has agreed to this expenditure. The amount of taxpayer money that's available to hate on white people. I mean, again, you need to actually come to grips with this. The tax money they collect from white people is used to hate white people. I mean, try and get your head around that. And at the top level, it's being signed off on by white people, straight white males, to hate white people. I mean, you couldn't make this up. It's just insane. But such as the globalist controlled propaganda, insane propaganda world we live in. What got me to this was is a guy I know, not well, but he's done a lot of research into one of the early settlers in Australia that was quite a philanthropist and very much a shaker mover, if you like, in this particular region of outer region of Sydney, and he was responsible for setting up quite a bit of farming in the area, and built one of the first bridges, even though he was like an amateur engineer. Bridge that lasted for a long time, by the way, and had done a lot of work. So built the first hospital, or acquired the land for it, and so on and so forth. So somebody to be admired and revered, very energetic. Had a lot of energy and commitment to the local area, and did a lot of good things. And no matter how you slice it, I did good things. So. Anyway, this guy's done this research into it, and it's a straight white guy, the one who'd done the work. The guy doing the research is a straight white guy. He'd done this research, and there were various government grants that are available to do sort of mini stage plays. I think they can only go for an hour or something like that, or an hour or less. And there's money available and various support. And he wanted to celebrate the achievements of this straight white male, who's, again, these achievements are considerable and not irrelevant or anything. Now, relevant to the local area, by the way, it's not relevant in some sort of international sense. But he put together a stage play to celebrate this straight white guy's life, and assumed that given that it was the local area, and given that there are streets named after this guy, that there would be no problem in getting a government, the local area type government grant to do it. And I think it was a three-way grant. It's like the local government puts in $1, then the state government puts in $1, and the federal government puts in $1. I think it's something like that. And maybe some sort of local businesses make a contribution as well. Nonetheless, he got knocked back. In fact, he didn't even make it to the first stage, and so he went along to there's like a sort of a public panel that makes it and that makes the decision, and so he wanted to observe them in action. There's not one straight white male on the public panel. They're all professional activists and agitators. So someone's put that panel together with, let's get a bunch of people together who hate white people, and just let them loose and let them act out their childish fantasies on hating white people, playing dolls' houses and that sort of thing. So that was the panel that was decided. But they can do theatre productions that, again, viscerally hate on white people with all sorts of fabrications and lies and the most horrible untruths and just insane inventions. And that's all fine. Taxpayer money can be used to fund that. Now, the resources are considerable. Not only do you get money for doing it in a grant, but they'll arrange actors and costumes, and you'll get access to a theatre and so on. This is all paid for. So effectively, we will pay you to hate white people. We will actually give you money. Taxpayer money, white taxpayer money will give you to hate white people. It's insane, of course. But this is going on sort of all over the world. I'm noticing more and more that the propaganda movies and the propaganda TV shows, they're trying harder and harder to obscure activism and the anti-white hatred that are in these shows. And you actually have to do a bit of research into it before it comes up. So, I mean, this is an online subscription service I've got here it's quite cheap, by the way, just as well, because a lot of crap on it. But there's a few shows that came on. One's or two of them actually were Scandinavian TV shows, and it starts off the front photograph or picture of the graphic of the thing. It's three white men on there. Now there's a couple of people in background. You can't make out whether they're white or not white, or male or female. They're just too far back in the graphic. But so you're looking at three white men, and it's about penetrating a terrorist cell, and a very brave undercover policeman is risks everything to go undercover to unearth this terrorist cell, which is planning to do terrible things. So okay, well, the assumption I make here that there's a bunch of white cops, straight white male white cops that are penetrating. The use of the word terrorist would imply that it's some sort of Osama bin Laden or something, like some sort of Arabic, Middle Eastern, whatever terrorist cell. So that's the assumption. Now, it hasn't directly or explicitly says that, but the graphic only says it's white people. It only says it's a terrorist cell. So you would reasonably draw those sort of conclusions. Okay, well, I'll give this a go. Now we're into it, only seconds, and the lead investigator is Arabic. He's still got an accent, so he's new to the country, to Scandinavia, Sweden or Norway or somewhere. So he's new to the country. He's way smarter than any of the white guys. In fact, the white guys come across as pretty stupid compared to him, and he's way braver than them. The second investigator, the second cop in there is a woman, and she's a white woman, and again, she's way smarter than any of the guys, the white guys, and not quite as smart as the Arabic male, who the implication is he might be gay, but they sort of dance around that a little bit. She's the stunning and brave woman who goes undercover, and guess what? It's neo-Nazis. And they've got their office or their building, whatever it is they're in, wall to wall swastikas, wall to wall Hitlers, every sort of Nazi artifact imaginable is everywhere in the I mean, Dan is done as caricature. I mean, holy fuck. There's a real shortage of Nazis, and so they have to be invented. So what we're led to believe is the real danger to the Western world isn't terrorists or bombings or knifings by the Muslim sort of diaspora. No. The real problem is all these Nazis. They're everywhere. I mean, every second person out there is Hitler personally. So, I mean, this is beyond absurd and ridiculous. But anyway, that was the thing. And there was another show which went along with, not the similar lines, really. White people dumb, evil. The white people are either dumb or they're Nazis. So there's nothing in between. How did these dumb Nazi white people build such an advanced technical world with such high levels of organization and structure and beauty and achievement and technical advance? How did they do that, given they're all so dumb and all so that? Well, hey, don't ask questions. And if you ask questions, then you might be Hitler. So this is how it goes. And so unrealistic and so far from reality that you sort of, it's pure propaganda. Let's call it what it is. It's ridiculous, hysterical, insane propaganda. But the interesting thing is, in both instances, how hard they were trying to mask it. And maybe they're hoping that by the time the viewer starts on the program that they'll somehow change minds or influence people. I'm assuming their intention is to influence, to just convince everybody Nazis are everywhere and that white people are dumb or evil, either one or both. So that would appear maybe they're hoping to get to kids and influence them. I don't know. But why obscure it? Why not go up front and say, lead Arabic investigator Ibrahim, or tough lesbian white chick really show those evil Nazi white men and white neo-Nazi white bad men everywhere. Why don't they just go with that and say that's it? Because that's the show. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. But they attempt to, again, they try quite hard in the promotional stuff and the graphics to obscure that. And I don't know why. I mean, if you're insecure about it, then do you know you're telling the most terrible lies and trying to influence people through the use of these terrible lies? Well, I don't know. You seem to be. But this seems to, or not seems, it is what's going on, all over the entertainment, with the whole entertainment industry, whether it be the Disney propaganda nonsense or whatever, is there to not simply influence people, but to undermine Western civilization in every way possible, and attack it from all directions, and again, to clear the way for the globalist project. You've been with Tacitus today at your Pushback channel, and thank you for listening.